All right, guys.
Really?
Okay. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. Sorry we were a little late today, obviously with the room change, and then we just got out of lab, so I apologize that we ran a little late. But welcome back. This meeting should be relatively short, so hopefully it won't be too long for everybody since I know you guys all have stuff to do. So for volunteering for this semester, we've already set up 2 Ronald McDonald houses for you guys. You'll find the dates and times there. And like it was for last semester, we just need 5 people for each time. We just ask that if you have already done one, that maybe you just kind of wait a little bit to see. We just want to try and get people who haven't volunteered here before or still need hours, kind of the first opportunity to do it. But obviously, if we don't have enough people, we would love to take everybody. So yeah, and if you guys have questions about that, let us know. Again, Power Punch Parkinson's is always available on Saturdays. You have the option to do it for 1 to 2 hours. Just know that if you're going to do it, we need you to sign up on both our Google Doc form and then also on the website, which are both provided here for you guys. And then also, so 2 other volunteerings that hopefully we'll have for you by next month's meeting. I'm working with Imagine again to set up doing like life skill classes. So hopefully we'll have 2 of those set up for everybody, which I think will be really fun. And then I'm also working with one of our lab adjuncts, Dr. Junker, who does the Elders Lab. So hopefully we'll be able to do something at her facility, which is down in Littleton. It's like a assisted living facility, I believe. So hopefully we'll be able to do those 2 as well. So more to come for that. Fundraising, we are really racking our brains for some fundraising ideas. I have one in the works right now that hopefully we'll be able to do, where you just donate shoes and we're given money for as many like pounds of shoes that we're able to bring in. And then the company takes those shoes and then they sell it at a higher rate to people in need in different countries. So hopefully that one will work out. There's a little bit of a logistics issue that I'm working on, but any and all ideas are greatly appreciated. I think you guys are all probably wanting to raise as much money for conference as I am since the prices have gone up. So we, like I said, greatly appreciate any ideas that you guys have for fundraising. Elections. So we just wanted to start bringing this to your guys' attention, but for next year, we're looking to basically find new officers for QSOTA. So that'll be president, vice president, and secretary for sure. And then depending upon who ends up being part of the executive team, you can decide if you'd like to have a treasurer. The elections, we will have them in our April meeting, but the next couple of meetings, we'll start talking about the different roles of each position and just kind of feeling out for who's interested in maybe nominating people. So just start thinking about if that's something you're interested in. You can always email us if you have questions about the specific roles. Also, you can also think about like for your next incoming class that they can take on some of these roles, but we would like to have at least the president and the vice president already established by then, since they kind of share more of the work than the secretary. But so just start thinking about that. And like I said, if you guys have any questions about it, feel free to email us. Conference is going to be the biggest thing since that's all coming up. As I'm sure you guys know, to qualify for Dean's reimbursement, you need to volunteer with QSOTA for 6 hours. You need to attend at least 7 of the 10 meetings that we have for the year. And you need to go to conference. And you need to go to the Dean's lunch, which I believe is going to be that Saturday, but I'm not sure what time it is. So hopefully we'll have that figured out for you guys by next meeting. But I don't necessarily know if it's been set up yet. And then just, again, I'm sure you guys have heard this away. It's March 30th through April 2nd. The prices have been listed for early bird prices. And so you can see the differences for a single day versus the whole weekend. And if you are interested in getting them, there is the early bird prices end on the 28th. So I would just start thinking about getting them before the end of February. Unfortunately, there's no group code this year. Last year they did a group code and you got like a certain percentage off the ticket price, but I guess they just had a lot of trouble on the website with AOTA last year. So there is unfortunately no group code this year. So sorry about that. If you do end up going to conference, a really nice way to look at the schedule, they have an app. It allows you to see literally all of the speakers, all of the presenters, everything that you want to know. It's a really nice, easy way to just kind of see what's available. You can kind of like highlight your favorites of ones that you are interested in seeing, so it just makes it easier to kind of browse through the entire schedule. But then just some things. So the welcome ceremony is going to be the first day, Thursday, the Eleanor Clark Schlegel lecture, Friday. The alumni event, I believe, is Friday evening. And then again, the Dean's Lunch is Saturday. More on the alumni event and the Dean's Lunch to come. This is just kind of what we have for the moment. And then I know Brittany looked up travel information just for people who are interested in flying out. And looks like Frontier is about the cheapest flight right now. And depending on, if you have, I know OT1s, you guys have class Monday morning, so I guess you probably have to fly out on Sunday. But it looks like the cheapest flight's about $215, but obviously depending on when you're flying out, everything, it could change. But just as a reference point. And lodging, are these are the cheapest hotels, I'm guessing, Ethan?
Yes, and they're the student hotels.
Okay, so these are the student hotels. What's nice about, they're all listed on the AOTA website, and what's nice about these is that they provide transportation to and from the conference for you. So I know people were talking about maybe like getting a big house, like on Airbnb or VRBO, and hopefully trying to split the costs. The only thing is that you'll just have to figure out transportation, because again, they provide buses for you to and from free of charge. So that's just an extra thing that you want to think of. So just maybe if you're looking at getting a bigger house or something like that, just kind of keep that in mind and figure out how you're going to actually get to and from conference.
And that's not per night.
Yeah, so I believe these are per night.
And that link at the bottom there has all of the hotels that provide transportation. And it's a discounted rate for AOTA, so those are the discounted rates that are on there if you go through them instead of booking directly through the hotel itself. These are just the 3 that are specifically student hotels, so it'll be all students staying in the hotel.
I did see something online that they already have 14 hotels already sold out. So if you are interested in going, consider it.
Yes.
I don't know how many of those are students. I just know that they've already sold out 14.
Yeah.
So of their list.
No, and I'm not surprised. I mean, again, obviously the crowd that they're expecting for this year's conference is much larger, I'm sure, than others in past. So if you're planning on going, just consider it sooner rather than later, just because things like hotels and airfare and all of that could obviously increase. All right, and then I think Jill's got some OTAC announcements.
First of all, I just redid their website. I don't know if anyone got it, who are OTAC members. Did you get the email?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So their website was really great. Now they have a better one. It's actually more like social, user-friendly. So now you can create like circles. I haven't quite figured it all out yet, but it's more like LinkedIn, which is really cool. So hopefully it's like a better way to foster like internet networking, which is cool. And I am currently working with the OTAC rep from CSU. We're thinking about like getting a nice social together between the 2 universities. We thought about a volunteering event, but it was like this upcoming weekend and it just wasn't gonna work just with planning. So if anyone has any ideas for like a social event, we were thinking just like a happy hour, like in Longmont or like a brewery or something. But if you guys have any ideas of something cool, it'd be fun to do something more meaningful than just a get together. So if there's any ideas, just let me know. And then Dr. B is coming to Regis, which is really exciting. He is giving a talk on stuff that we as OT2s just experienced last semester. It's the framework and evidence-based practice of electrotherapy, something along those lines. It doesn't really have a full title yet, I don't believe, but it is free to all OTAC members to come. It'll be actually in the building, the modular building over there, and it is Saturday, February 18th. There'll be a lot of OT practitioners, hopefully, and I'm hoping maybe we can do something with him either like that evening or the next day before he flies out, like if we want to do a brunch or just like coffee and donuts or something here on campus. Haven't really quite figured that stuff out, but if you guys are interested in actually meeting him, he's really cool. So I know you guys are just giving him his course and just getting him out. So yeah, it's really exciting.
Do we need to like email you if we're interested or just?
Yeah, I mean, let me know if you're interested. I could put my email there, I guess, but it would be nice to get like an early head count. Eventually we'll do like an official like registration on OTAC side, but it would be nice for me to know how many of you guys are coming. So just so we have a good frame of reference right now, in case we do need to get a bigger room, we can still do that quickly. So that would be great. Yeah.
Cool.
And then finally, my position will need to be replaced as well, and I think we'll probably try to do those elections in tangent with QSOTA's officer team on April 12th. If you guys are interested, if anyone is interested who's like an OT1, I can definitely teach you more or talk to you more about what I do with my role, but it's been a lot of fun and I've learned a lot with the association. If you're interested in sitting in on a meeting, we do have a web meeting beginning of March, I believe. So I could always you can always come and sit in on one. And then the transit, I just want to give enough time for transition because I'll be starting field work. So therefore, April 12th, I would know, probably right afterwards, after an election. But we'll do a nomination process, just like we're super class officers and QSOTA and everything. So just let me know, and then I would transition with you into a meeting, the May 8th meeting, I believe, which is like a basic, we do every other meeting face-to-face versus online. So I would help transition, and then there's actually a retreat they're working on doing like 10 days after this election, so it would be great to maybe you get involved in whoever wants to. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any questions now, I'd love to take them. Otherwise, that's all I have. Thank you.
If you are watching this meeting online, our password for today is New Year. And then our next meeting will be February 15th from 4 to 5. It should be in the room across the hall from this one. We're going to have a guest speaker, Dr. Erin Erickson, who is currently our lab adjunct for Phys Rehab 3, but she's also a certified lymphedema therapist, so she is going to come talk about lymphedema. So basically, we just figured this extra time would be for if you guys wanted to start talking about conference. I know people are interested in buying tickets and figuring out who wants to share hotel rooms. So if you guys would like to stay and talk about conference, we're here. But this is a good time too, if you're not going to conference or you're not interested in talking about it, that you can feel free to leave in a very nice way. But so that's all we have for today. So does anybody have questions about conference or want to talk about sharing rooms, or are you guys kind of doing your own thing? Don't need to discuss it? Okay. All right.
You guys should talk about it because you have people here that went to conference last year and they probably have an inside scoop. Because you want to, if you're going to spend money to go to conference, because it's a huge commitment, you want to know what your resources are. Like, what did they learn? Like, what were the best things they got out of it? What would they do differently? Ask them. You guys share something. Share something that you would like. Definitely
when we went because we flew in. We flew in Friday.
No, we flew in Thursday morning.
We flew Thursday. Okay, we missed it Thursday. I don't remember what we were doing, but we did not make the keynote speaker and welcome ceremony. And all weekend, that's all everyone talked about was how cool it was and how great the speakers were, and we felt like we really missed out on it.
You did miss out. There were 2 survivors that were married from the Boston Marathon explosion and had extensive PT and OT, especially OT, which was really relevant to their recovery. Don't miss that.
And I don't feel like anyone had, I think, they were like, oh yeah, go to the welcome ceremony, it's cool, but I don't think anyone had really told us how much we were going to miss out if we didn't go to it. And so that's one thing that I will definitely change this year is that we will go to that.
Well, I think flights too. It is the best.
Yeah, the flight.
That's why.
We didn't even go. We flew in Friday morning.
Are you guys also running?
Undecided.
I was watching a lot this year.
Yeah.
I started actually looking into it this last week, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Gone up.
Yeah.
Flights are more, drop-in tickets are more.
There's no discount though.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about, so for a single day, it's $251, and that's an early bird price. I know for a fact that was at least $80 to $100 cheaper last year. Mm-hmm. So it has gone up considerably this year. So
I think so.
And you're obviously it's much more advantageous to buy the weekend one, which is nicer because then you can go more days. But yeah, but then again, that's a $300 cost there too.
The longer you stay there, the more nights you stay.
Yeah.
I looked up some VRBOs like Airbnbs, like right along that hotel strip, I think.
Okay.
So I think it would be like of interest to group up. I'm gonna say it was like maybe like $200 a night for like a place that could potentially sleep 6. And then you think about splitting that. I mean, worst case, you're walking a mile to the venue. But like people have said on there, like we walked and it really wasn't that bad. So
Yeah,
there are
just-
like apartment blocks and stuff available that are a little bit closer. But so maybe it would be worth it. But
And weather permitting.
yeah, whether I mean, but then it's like still worst case.
Not
you take
Chicago,
an
it should
Uber or
be a little
something.
bit better.
Like worst case, you take an Uber and you're still saving based on like a
Yeah.
hotel price or I don't know.
A lot of the hotels too are charging extra.
So if you like sneak
If you
in
have
more,
more
if you have more
people.
people, yeah. That's what we did last year.
And
Luckily, we
parking
weren't
you have to
charged
pay
extra,
for,
but
potentially. Like, I mean, if anyone's renting a car, I don't think so. I don't think it's driving it, but.
Oh yeah, how is the transport like from the airport to downtown? Is that easy?
from the airport to downtown.
We do. We took a
We
cab.
just took a
It was an
cab.
app.
Yeah.
We took an Uber back to
Anyone
the
know
airport.
Philadelphia has a great
subway.
subway.
Yeah.
Is it? That's pretty no. I have no idea. Okay.
What was the, can you just give us like a ballpark range of the reimbursement last year?
I think it was about $200.
Do you know if it's gonna be similar?
I know last semester they told us like a total amount that they would give us. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
It's the same 14,000.
Was it 14,000? Okay. Yeah, and divided by 70. So whatever like that is,
So I
that's
think
like
it's
their
still supposed to be
cap.
right around $200.
For 200.
Yeah. Which
I just want something to play with.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, and they said because last year they were like, well, it's not that far from Omaha, so we're not going to give that much for Dean's reimbursement. So hopefully the fact that this year it's in Philadelphia and further from Omaha would make it more. But obviously there's a lot more interest in people who are going this year, so that kind of brings
Right.
it down.
Do you think
to-
there's more interest or less because of the cost?
Well, there's a
Well,
whole other
that's-
class.
yeah.
If you think about it, we only had one Regis class. There's now 2 Regis classes.
Yeah.
There's how many? 6 of your class?
No, 7.
Okay.
Possibly. We had what, 6?
There's 6 of us that went last year.
So yeah.
Are they doing that happy hour thing? Or the
Yeah,
The
the
alumni
alumni.
event, yeah.
Mhm.
So that last
was
year,
what day is that?
I think it's on Friday. Last year was on a Friday, so I believe this year's on a Friday too.
and the welcome.
Can you do the slide where it says
First.
the events? Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nope.
No.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, and I don't know who the Eleanor Clark Schlegel lecturer this year is, but they're
I mean, I've
they're
put it
not
out there.
they're not always the best. I know that's not like what you're taught in school, and now that I should really stop recording this actually.
Great, you're fantastic.
They're always very knowledgeable.